All right there, everybody. How's it going? We're back again. Me and Aaron. Get in there.
Yep.
All right, and the end of the episode. Goodbye. No. So finally, after all these times, we finally got some news, some things to talk about. Things are ramping up back. Things are ramping up again. Things are going on again. So let's get into it then. My first bit of news. It's sort of old news, but I think it is worth talking about. John Boyega is really pissed off that they did absolutely nothing with him. He's finally come out and slammed Disney for being shit. I don't blame him for being pissed off, to be honest, though, because let's be real, he was like the best character in episode 7, and then they did bugger all with him in like 8 and 9. I don't think, personally, this is just my opinion, I don't think, because he says it's to do with his skin colour, I don't think it has any. Disney is like struggling just because of people's skin colours. I think it's just because they're shit and they cannot write good characters at all. Because Ray, all they did with her, they made her overpowered straight away. Boring. Imagine if Luke just kicked Darth Vader's ass in A New Hope. It would have been crap. Imagine if Luke was exactly the same throughout all 3 films and Han was exactly the same throughout all 3 films. It would have been absolute boredom and generic, predictable garbage. Finn was one of the few really good characters. Him and Kylo were really good characters in episode 7, and the writers just took a massive dump on them, both of them. Listen, at the end of the day, John Boyega can't be too worried, because if he's a good enough actor, he'll still get the parts. Look at Adam Driver, he's getting the parts still. So if he's good enough, he can still get the parts. And at the end of the day, sure, they took a massive shit on him and they didn't do good with his character in episode 8 and 9. But if he works hard enough, he'll be able to act in some, well, he'll get some decent roles, hopefully. Fingers crossed for him, innit?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't do anything with any of the characters, really, after episode 7. They weren't planning ahead, were they? Just go movie by movie.
Well, it was mostly Ray and Kylo they were trying to do stuff with, but it was all dog shit.
I mean, didn't they do in episode 7, they built her up to be someone really big? Episode 8, oh, you're nobody. Episode 9, oh, yeah, by the way, someone big again. It just shows that they didn't really know what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a shame for him, really, but there you go. These things happen. There's something else. Ray Fisher. Someone was having a go at Ray Fisher. Oh, I need to look it up quickly. Hold on. Sorry.
I was just going to say, while you're looking that up, I don't think bringing skin colour into it means anything. I mean, I know obviously Disney censors... Because have you seen the Chinese post they had for Rise of Skywalker?
Did they get rid of him?
Yeah, they edited out all the black characters.
Yeah, that is actually really scummy. Did Disney give the okay to that then, or did they say you can't do this, but China said no, we're doing it anyway?
No, because basically there's obviously China has a huge audience for like Star Wars style movies and sci-fi movies. Disney just did it because they wanted to appeal to.
Okay.
And then I forgot actually what happens in Rise of Skywalker, like certain scenes, but they just edited out certain scenes, like love interest between certain characters, and just because I want to appeal to China. No offense if you're from China, I'm just saying like that's what the Chinese government sort of wants.
Well, China, I've got nothing against you if that's where you're from, but at the end of the day, if you're editing out characters just because of their skin colour, you're just absolute scumbags. Just grow up, bloody hell. It's about how good the character is. It's not about what they look like, you bunch of idiots. Never mind. The film did shit anyway. It doesn't matter. As I say, he shouldn't, as you just said, he shouldn't really be bringing skin colour into it because I don't think Disney, they're a bit stupid and weird, especially letting China do that. But they wrote him really well in episode 7. If they wrote him shit in all 3 films, then maybe he'd have a case, but I don't know. Who knows? We don't know what's going on in any of the Disney's writers' heads. They could be as messed up as he's saying they are, but I don't think so personally. But they are definitely stupid and shit writers.
I mean, they did start episode 7 with Finn, didn't they?
It was so cool. The Stormtrooper turning good. I mean, that hadn't been done before. Very interesting. It would have been cool if they did it with the clone troopers, but they have a chip in their head, so they can't really do much. I guess, well, Captain Rex, they managed to get Captain Rex out of the... They managed to get the chip out of his head, if you've seen it. They put him in this machine, MRI type machine, and they press some buttons. But there's no clone troopers in the original trilogy. So
I mean, they're all clones at the end of the day, so I guess they have very similar opinions and stuff. But
I actually thought the stormtroopers were clones originally, you know, but they're actually just a bunch of random people because the clones only live so long. So it's like, you know.
I know this is really off topic, but I think I read somewhere that was it when Darth Vader kept some clones or something because he just preferred working with them. Or, you know,
Oh, well, they would have been dead sooner or later though, because they grow at twice the rate, so they would have been dead sooner or later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Star Wars expert. I just remember reading it somewhere, but
It would have been. Oh no! In Force Unleashed 2, he does go to Camino, and there's loads of clones, but they're all clones of like Star Killer or weird experimental clones. So,
oh right.
But that isn't canon. That's just in the Star Wars legends. So anyway, next story. Ray Fisher says he's been abused by director Josh. Is it Sweden or
Whedon?
Josh Whedon.
Oh yeah, he's the one who directed the Bad Justice League and the first Avengers, wasn't he? And something else. Oh, Firefly TV show.
Gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable behaviour on the set in 2017 film Justice League.
Oh, he's the guy who plays Cyborg, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to take it too off topic, but what have you heard about the Snyder Cut? What are you?
No, I don't know.
Oh, it's based. I don't want to get into it now because it's completely off topic. But basically, you know, when Jack Snyder left the Justice League and they brought Josh Whedon in, he completely changed it, and now they're re-releasing Justice League, but Zack Snyder's version, which is a totally different movie, basically.
Oh, that's a bit lame.
But I don't know why I brought it up, to be honest. I just thought it was relevant. Oh, it is relevant. Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, Joss Whedon. Listen, he can't be the best director because I've seen bits and pieces of the Justice League film and it's a very confusing, odd mess.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this Ray Fisher bloke needs to be more specific. Like, I know he said gross, abusive, unprofessional, but if you're going to go to this effort to expose someone, what did he do specifically? We need specifics. Did he have a go at him and say, you're a shit actor, blah, 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 blah? Or did he give Ray Fisher constructive criticism and Ray got annoyed? I don't know. You know, it'd be better if he like gave some specifics, maybe.
I mean, I'm not accusing that Ray Fisher of anything at all. I'm just saying, since I don't know if I haven't spoken to Spice James, but since like the Me Too movement, it seems I'm not accusing anyone of lying. I'm just saying a lot of celebrities seem to come out without any proof.
Oh.
So people get accused of stuff now without proof.
I mean, you think if it was definitely concrete that more actors would come out and say, yeah, this Joss Whedon is an absolute idiot.
Yeah, I mean, obviously people couldn't target one race or group of people or just one person. Doesn't matter about race or anything. But yeah, you'd expect something. You could be, well, here's some screenshots or here's a video. But if you just sort of say it and then don't really back it up, can't.
Yeah.
Like that's me accusing you of doing something, James. Where's the proof? But you expect to believe me.
Yeah. I mean, people need proof, and the stories need to back up at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, at the same time, that Whedon bloke is just a bit of a crap director. Really, it seems he hasn't really done anything good.
I mean, I remember reading something about his original draft of the Avengers, and he wanted to turn, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. I've completely forgot her name. Then he wanted to make her like a dominatrix, like have her all in leather and all. And he basically the character description for her was like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but all like saying Thor, he was like a god, had big muscles, and had a hammer. Scarlett Johansson's character was like a huge paragraph just about the way she looked. He was like really into describing the way she looked.
That's a bit perverted. It sounds like he just wants to get pegged by her or something secretly. I mean, why is he putting his fantasies into a film? Fine, make an anonymous account, write a fan fiction about how you want to be a dominatrix and peg you and all that nonsense. But bloody trying to sell it to a movie company, you bloody pervert, weird. Absolutely.
Or you could do what Quentin Tarantino does, just stick feet in every single scene. Like once upon a time in Hollywood, when we saw it, just feet everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, can you believe, though, that Quentin actually had this vampire lady give him a lap dance and then stick her foot in his mouth? Oh. Man, I mean, what a lunatic. Quite funny though, but he totally has a foot fetish.
I mean, fair play for him to being open with it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And if that actress is cool with sticking her foot in his mouth, then you know what? More power to him. At least he's not trying to make a superhero in a bloody kids film, or well, Marvel is like a 12, so like kids and adults or whatever. I don't know. Like, at least he's not trying to write his fantasies in something that's also aimed at kids.
At least he's
It's a
not
hero
putting
film.
John Travolta in a jockstrap and making him run around in Pulp Fiction.
That would have been very odd. But yeah, let's move on to the next story. Conor McGregor apparently flashed and sexually harassed this woman in a nightclub, and a lot of people were jumping on it straight away, but apparently it's false. Well, you'd imagine it's false because he's been let go. He hasn't been arrested or sent to court or anything. Personally, I just think McGregor needs to try and stop living this wild lifestyle, going clubbing 24/7 and being in the news. Because although he might have not done anything this time, look at all the other stuff he's done, throwing the dolly at the bus, you know, hitting an old man, getting arrested left, right and centre, you know. It's just no good, really. Cheating on his wife, apparently. You know, I'm a big McGregor fan. I'd just like to see him back in the octagon instead of like being on the news headlines, you know. I know he's like the most famous bloke, one of the most famous athletes in the world. Even still, he's one of the most famous athletes in the world. And he's not really hurt, you know, he's not really competing much anymore. So, I mean, the last time he competed was January, then October. Then he didn't compete in MMA since 2016, before those two fights. So it'd be nice to see him get back in the octagon and actually do stuff instead of just making news headlines all the time.
I mean, I guess people like him, they do sort of... It seems like a weird cycle. It's like they get known for having a reputation of being, you know, like a bit mental like that. So then to keep that up, they have to act more and more mental in their head. Like, you know, it's all about... Because in UFC, I guess, and any celebrity really, everyone's telling them, oh, you're the best, oh, you know, you're number one. And then they just feel like they can do what they want in some aspect. I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm just saying, seems to be a lot of people who are like that, even in real life, you know, people who aren't justified to have something. They might think, oh, I'm number one, I'm the best. But
there are a crap ton of people, especially in this day and age, that just think they're really entitled to things and they have this humongous ego. They think they're the best thing ever. They can't handle criticism and they can't handle any witty banter, or they have no humility. And they just get annoyed over little insults or little jabs and jokes, or you can't say this about me, or you can't give me criticism. I'm better than all of you. I'm leaps and bounds above all of you. What have you done then, mate? What have you done? Nothing. Exactly. Ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, and as well, I'm not saying every celebrity's automatically innocent or every celebrity's automatically guilty, but when you're a celebrity, people know who you are, they know what you like, and they know what might trigger you and get you going. So people might start on you, or they might accuse you of something because they want attention or they want something. They just want to use you.
Yeah, that is the trouble with being a celebrity, but I guess they chose that life, didn't they? But it's still hard. It doesn't excuse people being dickheads to him or accusing him of crazy crap, you know?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to move on to your cheeky news then?
Yeah, it's not... Well, it's a bit different from your style of news, but Microsoft has brought Bethesda. How do you feel about that, James?
I don't know anything about Bethesda.
They made, obviously, a million versions of Skyrim. Obviously, all the other Elder Scrolls games. They've done Fallout. I've completely forgot the other games they've made.
Oh, I had no idea. Fallout was an Xbox exclusive.
Oh, no, it's not. They've literally just brought them out. But they're basically saying for the new Xbox that's coming off, is it the Series X it's called?
Yeah.
Effectively, Fallout is going to be more Xbox based. I mean, Bethesda, sorry, is more Xbox based, and it's going to be on the Game Pass. Apparently, all the new games.
Oh,
whereas Sony are making you pay 70 quid now for games.
70?
70 quid. That's what the new cost is for any game. GTA 5 on PS5 and everything is going to be 70 quid.
But GTA 5, you having a laugh? It's only 30 quid now in game. What are you talking about?
Well, it came out 7 years ago. So. But
I know. So wait, so it's going from 30 quid to 70 quid now then?
yeah, on the new consoles. I don't know what's going to be on the old ones.
But there's going to be, is there even going to be any upgrades to it? What's going on?
They're going to,
but hold on a second. I'm not getting annoyed at you, but like, they've announced that you can play like PS1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. So what idiot would go out and buy GTA 5 for the PS5 when you've most likely got it on the 4 because it's been out for 7 years? What the hell is going on?
That's the whole thing. They're including like a new car and some new sort of skins or something. So it's no upgrade.
Oh, great. So you get the bloody Batmobile and the Iron Man suit, and you're going to pay 70 quid. Oh, brilliant. Well done, you idiots.
Thing is, if you get it on PC, you can just mod everything in. I don't want to make this a PC race, but you just mod everything in.
Yeah. I mean, what's the point of new cars? For goodness sake, man. If this is serious, if they're actually charging 70 quid. I mean, the thing is, as soon as I saw that, they're going to have PS1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 games backwards compatible. That's basically drawn me over to PS5. Obviously, I do want to get a gaming laptop first, but the first next-gen console I'll get is probably a PS5. Then maybe an Xbox Series X eventually. The problem is, I know they've got exclusives, but PS5 have got way more exclusives. And I'm not. And people say, "Oh, it's online. Oh, but like, I'm not bothered about online gaming that much. It's all right." And the problem is, the online games on Xbox are shit anyway. Gears of War, crap. Sea of Thieves, ship-to-ship combat's good, but apart from that, it's crap. Halo, definitely good. I mean, the next game's going to be crap, but Halo hasn't been good since 2010. Let's be honest. Total downhill. Totally gone downhill. And Forza, which is decent.
I mean, all of them you get on I don't know, mate, it's a PC thing again, but you can get that on a PC as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, my phone, I don't want to say it, but I said PC and it loaded up Siri on my phone for some reason. That's a bit bizarre. But yeah, it's just so random though. With I mean, no, it's not random actually. It's just with Microsoft now. I think, well, why buy an Xbox when they're streamlining everything to sort of work between a PC and an Xbox? Just get a PC.
Yeah, exactly. All this all this stuff with it being 70 quid. Is it going to be free online or something, or some sort of perk?
No, I don't think so.
So they're so right. So I know this is just an assumption, but they're so overconfident that people will buy loads of PS5s. Not each person, but like loads of. They're confident that loads of PS5s will be sold. They're so confident that they're like, oh, we'll just charge 70 quid for games. People will just buy it anyway. People will still eat this up. Yeah, brilliant.
I mean, I think on Xbox they still have the Game Pass and everything, so you probably won't have to spend a load of money. But Sony have said no, we're not interested, because Sony have that weird thing. Is it PlayStation Plus or something where you can get free games, but they're not including any new games on it. It's just old games.
Oh, that's a bit odd.
Whereas Xbox can include some new games, can't it, on it? So.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Xbox Series X, it'll be Xbox Original, Xbox 361, and Xbox Series X games. But man, PS2 had so many classics, it just draws me over to there. But in short, it'll be 70 quid is really annoying. I don't know if it's true though. Like, did they make an official announcement, or is this just a rumor?
I think they did, or something got leaked or something. But they are upping the price because now it's. Is it 60?
Isn't it like 60 quid? Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just upping it 10 quid. They're going to do this every console generation, up it 10 or 20 quid.
So you reckon Xbox will probably do it eventually as well?
I guess they're doing it across the board, to be honest. But Xbox, you can get it with the Game Pass, can't you? So
yeah,
sort of, you have two choices, whereas with Sony, you only have one choice.
True. So what? I know you're not getting a new console, but if you had to get one, what would you get?
It's weird because a load of people people that we know are on Xbox at the moment, but I genuinely think when everything comes out, half of them will switch to PS5. So I think probably PS5 if I had to choose one, because I'm just a bit sick of Xboxes at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I played PS2, then I got a PS3 and 360. Then I got an Xbox One and PS4. And the only reason I got a PS4 was because some people at college at the time said, oh, it'll be a great laugh with you, playing PS4. And I just got games like GTA that I already had on the Xbox One. So I was like, what's the point? So this time, I think it's just nice to have a change. I might get a Series X eventually, but I'll just get exclusives for that, though.
I mean, this is the first Xbox I've ever had, you know, like Xbox One.
Oh, bloody hell. You never had the classic 360?
No, never had
That
it.
is one of the best consoles ever, trust me. The exclusives are through the roof. Games with gold, achievements are always good fun. The layout was amazing. The party system was really decent. As I say, great layout, great everything. You know, Ring of Death's a bit annoying, but absolutely loved it. One of the best consoles ever.
So my cat's come in my room now, so it might meow.
Oh, do you want to? Can you pick it up and put it by the camera for the podcast, or do you not want to dox your cat?
He's run off.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
But any other news then, or?
No, that was the only one I got because I heard you had a load, so I didn't want to.
Oh,
didn't want to spam it. So
fair play. Well, we haven't. Oh wait, trending page.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Because
that was an introduction.
For loads of episodes, I forgot about the trending page. Because
Oh. Right, hopefully I'm gonna do this in editing, but I'm going to record it and put it in.
Oh, cool.
All right,
then your trending page is probably going to be different to mine.
I'm on my phone, by the way.
Wonder Vision official trailer, Disney, 7.3 million.
Oh, that's the Disney Plus series, isn't it? With obviously Wonder and Vision. I've heard it's meant to be like a 6-hour trippy movie or something. Well, cool. Obviously it's like episodes, but it's meant to be, like a 6-hour trip thing.
Bloody hell, Sidemen hide and seek in prison. You know what? As much as I've sort of not really been keen on the Sidemen in the past because I've been like, the content's just the same old boring crap. I was a bit annoyed that they didn't have a group channel years ago. I was like, what are they even doing? It's so boring. But you know what? They've upped the things. They've done quiz shows. They've done all this cool stuff. And now hide and seek in a prison. I might actually try and give that a watch. And you know what? They are entertaining. Decent video.
The thing is as well, their videos are really long as well. It's not like 5-minute videos. They're like, this one's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're just spamming it out for the sake of it.
World's largest devil's toothpaste explosion. What the bloody hell?
It's like when your dentist realises you haven't been brushing. All the world's toothpaste comes towards you.
Deutsche Welle. Oh, it's just music. I gave my 40 millionth subscriber 40 cars. Who the bloody hell is going to want 40 cars? What the hell?
I mean, I know Mr. Beast is rich and everything, and he gets a load of brand deals, but who could do anything? Imagine if he just turned up at your door with 40 cars. Your entire street would be blocked, wouldn't it?
What the hell's going on? 40. What the hell's happening, man? 40 Ford KAs just all over the place. Imagine if he just gave a load of crap cars. Imagine if it was just a load of MGs with the head gaskets blown up. Here you go, mate. 40
he just pushing him up the hill. He is the 40th. Just gets to the top.
All right, let's see what he what car's this? Oh, come on. When will I'm watching a bit of the video. Bloody hell, that looks like a Reliant Robin. Oh, it's a big Jeep. Oh, it's the Jurassic Park Jeep. You might as well sell all these. I mean,
so Mr. Beast has broken into a museum, stole the Jurassic Park Jeep, and he's giving it to someone to hide.
Yeah. Surprising Summer Rae. Oh! Surprise.
I was looking down then, I just saw you leaning in.
I can't wait. If the podcast ever gets big, I can't wait for people to know context, all the crazy shit I've done on like these video podcasts. Surprising Summer Rae. Surprising Summer Rae with 24 gifts in 24 hours. Nice one, lad. She'll be very happy with that.
I was going to say something then about Summer Rae, but that would be...
no. Everglow, yep, nice. Music, yep, that's music. ISO 14 customization. Yeah.
iOS 14, not...
Oh, yeah.
What is that? ISO 14?
When Roadmen go to jail for the first time. Maybe watch that later. I like how YouTube are promoting cheeky skits because that only has 98k views. That's quite cool. Patriots versus Seahawks. Oh, who cares? Bloody... I know it's sport, but come on, lad. Jennifer Aniston saves the Emmys. What the hell? She's just got a fire extinguisher. Customize your iPhone, iOS 14, football. Oh, not Jimmy Kimmel again. Get off. Jimmy Kimmel, get off.
I just want to say as well that the trending page, a lot of the views, obviously we've mentioned this before, but YouTube choose what goes on here. And a lot of the views are pretty small for a trending page video.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like a video here that's got, it's like, only 178k views, but like in a day. But that's, when you think about the entirety of YouTube, that's not really that much.
True. Very true.
If you got like 1 million views in a day, like fair enough, but you know, like
yeah. I think this has definitely been one of the more positive trending pages, apart from Jimmy Kimmel again, spamming Jimmy Kimmel and bloody who's that other idiot? That other who's that other annoying show host? The one who says the vaccinations are bad.
Trent.
The one who said he wants to see an economic crash.
Yeah, Trevor Noah, is it?
No, he had long hair.
Not Conan.
Bill Mather, that's it.
Oh.
They've spammed him in the past. I don't get why are you spamming all these nonsense show hosts who I'm not having a go, have no talent compared to people like Bruce Forsyth or some people are a bit 50-50 on him, but I think he's a pretty decent show host. Well, pretty good show host, especially compared to these losers now. Who else is that other person? What's his name from years ago? Chris Tarrant, absolutely legendary. Jeremy Clarkson's great on Millionaire as well. Noel Edmonds is decent.
The thing about American ones, I'm not having to go for your American one. I know we've been sort of the Chinese, the American so far, but basically with a talk show host or with the newsreader or anything, you just sort of sat there to read stuff and ask questions. I mean, I know talk shows you got to be like charismatic, but no one really cares about your political opinions. They just want. So they're eating your stuff while they're eating their tea. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So
no one cares if you have, whatever views you have. No one cares whatever you guys think. We're not bothered. Just get on with the show. But even if it wasn't, even if they didn't bring up politics all the time, it's like they're just not good show hosts. It feels so fake when they're talking to the guests. But if you watch Graham Norton, Alan Carr, Jonathan Ross, it feels like a great, genuine, good conversation.
Yeah.
And Clarkson, when he's on Top Gear, when he's talking to all the people, the celebrities, it feels so genuine compared to this tripe, compared to bloody Jimmy Kimmel's rubbish, absolute rubbish.
I mean, I know you can tell that they've practiced and they've rehearsed everything before, whereas with old Top Gear and stuff and some other shows, you can tell it's just natural talking.
Yeah, it's a lot of off-the-cuff stuff. But in America, it's like, how are you all doing? How are you all doing today? It's so great to see you all. Oh, that's funny. We've scripted a joke. Oh, it's brilliant. It's like, mate, it's totally fake. Come on, lad. Who's watching this boredom? We're not watching a narrative. We're watching a realistic thing where we can try and get to know celebrities. Not you lot just having cringy, weird, crap jokes all the bloody time. Take a page out of Graham Norton's book. That's all I'm saying. Take a page out of Jonathan Ross's book, Jeremy Clarkson, Alan Carr, Chris Tarrant, whoever.
And so that definitely is going in the no context ALP you just did then.
Yeah. To be honest, I just do mad stuff on purpose at this point, just not even to make people laugh. It's just like Eddie Hearn when he's going, all right, son, and all that jazz. When he's saying like anal beads, dildos, voodoo, emos, all that jazz. And whoop, out the way and sliding in. It's just all going in the no context at this point. All right, then. Anyway, there was one last thing I wanted to do. More of a serious note now. No jokes now. Netflix, you're a bunch of... Sorry, air in the air there. Netflix, you're a bunch of idiots. Why did you make that stupid thing where kids are twerking? Like, I didn't even bother watching the trailer.
I mean, have you seen I haven't watched it, by the way. I haven't had Netflix in months. But have you seen what someone's broken down the movie scenes into?
What happened?
Stuff like 5-year-olds exposing themselves and twerking on people and like an 11-year-old seducing a security guard to get into a show and stuff.
That is some of the worst.
It's horrific. And I don't want to sound weird as well, but it was because people say, oh, it won an award at the Sundance Film Festival. The guy who runs the Sundance Film Festival, or someone at the top, was arrested for a certain thing that I can't say on this podcast because it will get.
Wait, well, I'm pretty sure we can all guess what it is.
Yeah,
is he actually locked up now? Hopefully.
Well, he got out basically, and now he's.
What?
I think I don't know the entire story. I read it ages ago, but effectively, this guy was found with stuff. He got away with it, and then Cuties won an award.
This is disgusting. Hollywood, you are the biggest bunch of arsehots ever. You are honestly scumbags. How the hell, and Netflix, how the hell can you let all these disgusting people get away with all this horrific crap? Honestly, you are just the scum of the earth. Hollywood used to be amazing. You did amazing films, but now I just can't stand it. I can't stand it. Why Hollywood and Netflix, man? Like, obviously, I still have Netflix because they have good films on there and good shows. But why I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad IMDb gave Cuties a 1 point. Let's look it up again.
What did you see? Did you see the Rotten Tomatoes score?
They gave it a high score. I'm livid.
Was it like 85% critic reviews? It was 85% critic reviews, and then like 3% user reviews, and then they got rid of the user reviews for a bit.
Yeah, I've given it a dislike. 2.4 out of 10. Thankfully, I'm glad that they gave it that.
That's still too high in my opinion.
Yeah, it should be like 0 or minus a million.
I've heard someone, I don't know, I think I saw it on Twitter actually, try and spin it saying it was racist, that people weren't liking it because it's a French movie.
What on earth is that?
It's like, it doesn't have anything to do with people being French. Or like, because one of the characters is like a black girl and everything. Nothing to do with that. It could be a little boy for anyone cares. It's still wrong. It's the age.
Well, thankfully, 5% of people like the film, which is still too high, but I've given it a dislike. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 85%. Before it was like a bit higher, I think.
It was like 93 or something stupid.
I think so. Absolute scumbags, Rotten Tomatoes. You should be ashamed of yourselves. This is just disgusting. You should be giving it 1%. You give all these... I swear Double Teams got like 1% or 10%. I'd rather watch that. And it's actually a fun film. It's just of its day and very corny. And I'd rather watch Double Team every day for a million years than ever watch this absolute tripe. Absolutely stupid. Mr. Critic gave it 68%, and I'm a bit annoyed about that.
I just clicked on the trailer, and someone said, so they told us not to sexualise children by sexualising children.
No.
It's just... Well, the current trailer got 2 million dislikes. I mean, I've clicked on it, but I'm going to have to delete my history after this.
Yeah. I mean, Netflix, get rid of that rubbish. Don't make any of this stuff again. Anyone involved with this absolute tribe should be arrested and fined. You can't be making this crap. It's absolutely disgusting. I've just had enough. I've had enough, man. Honestly, it's just, why the hell is this allowed? Why are we digging up tweets that someone said years ago and then this stuff? Oh, it's totally fine. No, it's not fine. It's absolutely disgusting crap. Honestly, they just need to delete this film and get rid of it. It's appalling that they even made it.
Just thinking, this might have been, I don't want to take this off topic, but this might have been the longest news section we've ever done.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
all I'm saying right now is, obviously, I haven't looked at the trailer. I don't want to. I haven't watched the film, and I don't want to. I'd rather watch any other film. Honestly, it's just, I just wish they'd just get rid of it, to be honest. I don't see how this is acceptable. I don't see how they can get away with this, but there you go. It's just corrupt, stupid film industry for you.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be happening at the BBC or ITV or...
BBC might.
Oh, yeah, because they covered up Jimmy Savile, didn't they? Well, this wouldn't happen.
A load of shady stuff going on, though.
Well, it wouldn't happen at ITV or you know, Fox Movies or HBO or AMC or any of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. I guess as Brian May said, I watched Bohemian Rhapsody and there was something funny that Brian May's actor said, because that to mime this song, he was like, "Hello, welcome to the BBC. It's all a load of bollocks here, chaps." So, and I agree with him. I mean, BBC, load of rubbish. Do you want to move on to Hollywood versus YouTube then and comparisons?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, we can do the other two bits at the end, can't we?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So Hollywood used to be this amazing thing, creativity. I think, as we said in the film podcast, we've done like, I think it was episode 6 or 7, wasn't it, or episode 5?
Yeah, it's around the start. Yeah.
And we said that I said that the peak for films was the 90s. I think Ben said the 80s. I mean, what? I think because of Ferris Bueller and the roast breakfast club, you know, all that nonsense. The 90s felt like it was the most realistic, coolest thing ever. 80s still felt a bit corny, and 2000s was just taking itself too seriously, in my opinion. 90s felt like the most realistic, gritty, cool film era of all time. So, anyway, you know, Hollywood used to be a place for creativity, brilliance, genius. Look at all the films they've produced, you know. But now they're getting outbought by Netflix and all these streaming services, partly because a lot of the films they do are shit and don't get noticed. I'm not trying to get political here as well, but they won't take actors on because of their political views. And I'm thinking, hold on, mate, calm your tits here. It's about how good they are at acting. As long as they don't go around hurting people, killing people, destroying buildings, you know, blowing things up, shooting people, as long as that, or vandalising I don't know, whatever. Well, you know what, even if they destroyed buildings, as long as no one's in it or getting hurt, and if they vandalise things, as long as they clean it up, these actors, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went over the top with all the explanations. The point is, as long as they're not doing anything illegal or ruining people's lives, who cares about their views? Who's bothered? It's about their acting ability. Why are you outing Mel Gibson and Clint Eastwood? Mel Gibson said some stupid shit, and Clint Eastwood, you know, I guess he says what he says, doesn't he? It doesn't take away from their acting ability. You know, like, why take someone on just because they agree with your political views? If I had some crazy SJW, you know, acting in my film, as long as they're a good actor, I could care less. As long as they'd listen to what I'm saying, if I was a director. If it was some stupid right-wing, far-right idiot, incel, whatever, if it's one of them idiots, as long as they listen to what I was saying, they're a good actor and they don't hurt anyone or babble on about their stupid views or whatever, I'm fine with you being in my film. So I think that is... Well, Mel Gibson and Clint Eastwood have made their own production companies. So that's fine for them. But thing is, Hollywood claim to be liberal, but like, Ricky Gervais owned them on stuff like that. And also, liberal is meant to be easygoing. Oh, I could care less about your views, man. I'm chilled out, way. But instead, they're like, you have to agree with me, otherwise you're not acting in my film. And it's like, mate, come on. You serious? So you're basically a crazy dictator. You're against the things that you're promoting, the things that you claim to be so against. Stupid, absolutely ridiculous, absolutely. And that it's going to hinder Hollywood in the long run, because Clint Eastwood's made decent films like The Mule, and Mel Gibson's made a decent film in A Dragged Across the Concrete. I think Clint Eastwood might have had another film, might be working on another film. I can't remember. The point is, they've actually made half-decent films. Hollywood, a lot of it's either, as we said in the film podcast, sequel, prequel, big franchise, or crap. That's usually all it is. They don't make much original stuff anymore. So I think this is partly the reason why, being too picky with their actors because of political views or because they just want to get their friends in the films. It's ridiculous.
I was going to say, a lot of them as well, they just find a franchise and just, we can do that. And they make an entire story about like a random back character just so they can include some weird narrative in it, like as you said.
Yeah. It's absolutely stupid, man.
It's like what they tried to do with, I don't know if it's canon anymore, but a stormtrooper, saying that two stormtroopers that were in the background of a Star Wars movie had like a gay love affair. It's like, they're random stormtroopers, who cares? That's the whole point. They're meant to be the same. They're just white, like, they're devoid of any like human features and anything. They're just meant to be like clones of each other, not like literal clones, but
yeah,
you know. They're not meant to represent anything.
It's like saying, Commander Cody and all those other clone troopers on Utapau just got off in the toilet. It's like, what the hell? Who cares what they did in the background? You know, I know that's a really mental random comparison, but do you know what I mean? It makes no sense. Those two stormtroopers went to Malibu the other day. Those 20 stormtroopers went on a lad's Beano to Margate. Those 50 stormtroopers ran a marathon. Who cares, man? Come on, get on with your lives.
It's like J.K. Rowling saying Dumbledore and what's his name?
Hagrid.
No, the blonde guy that Johnny Depp played.
Oh.
I can picture him. Basically, they said Dumbledore and Johnny Depp were gay. They had an intense love relationship in the 1920s or something. It's like,
what?
Good for them, but it doesn't really add anything to the story, does it?
Who cares what they're doing behind the scenes? I mean,
it's like we said before, if you're gay straight over, fine, go and get as much of it as you want. Just don't think anyone should care.
Exactly. It's about how you act, your personality. Anyway, so let's compare Hollywood to YouTube. I think YouTube isn't going down the exact same road. It's nowhere near as bad as Hollywood, but YouTube themselves are getting very, very, very strict on things. If your video has swearing, you get money taken off you. If your video isn't aimed at kids, you have money taken off at you. If your video isn't 12 minutes long, you get money taken off at you. It's like ridiculous. Why are you making all these rules? Why not just have amazing content that people can enjoy?
I mean, like something we were talking about earlier, and I didn't mention certain words. You can get like in trouble for saying certain words now in the video, and also you can say one. It's like some people said. There's like a 1 or 2 second clip in like an hour-long video, because that 1 second clip's in there means they can't make money off it, or they can't. It won't be available to all their audience because it's got like a 1 second clip.
It's ridiculous.
I know it's about copyright, but it's like it's a second clip out of an hour video. Just unmonetize that bit or blank that bit out. Don't just get rid of the whole video because of it.
I mean, this is very off topic, and I'll go back to it in a second. But you all know George he's on the podcast. He basically made this video years ago where the James Bond theme's playing, and he's playing it on the piano, which he's not even doing it right. It'd be like this, wouldn't it? But instead he's going like this, so it wouldn't sound that good anyway. But they muted the whole audio, so it's just him going like this for 10 minutes in silence.
And then didn't I edit some music on top of it, and he got really annoyed or something?
I think you edited like some really bizarre music, like a really OTT-80 song, and it's just him going like this.
Yeah.
But let's look at how you can become successful in Hollywood and YouTube then. I mean, years ago, you could become successful in Hollywood by being a great actor. Now it's just, I don't know, it seems like it's just who you know, really. Oh, let's just have this person because they're our mates, yeah. Oh, let's have this person because they agree with everything we agree with, way. Let's have this person because they like the films I like, way. You know, it's like ridiculous. It should just be about who's a good actor. I suppose if you work really hard and you make good films, you can get into Hollywood and all that jazz.
I mean, I think what I was thinking was, I think it's still around, even back then and still to this day, it's obviously who you know and how you know them sort of thing. But if you're a decent actor and if you keep putting in the work, someone will notice you one day. And if they notice you twice, then that's when they start thinking, oh, this guy's or this woman's decent, or, you know, whatever. But you can even apply it to a lot of stuff. It's like jobs, you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
Or how much money you have. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you think, right, oh, my son, oh, he wants to work here. Oh, let's just give him the job straight away. Click of the fingers, that's who I know. But sometimes if you work hard enough, you might get the job. Who knows? With YouTube, back in the day, it seemed like, because there was a surplus of content on there, and it was a lot harder to upload videos years ago. Now you can just upload them from your phone and it'll be half decent quality. Back then, it's very hard to do stuff.
That's the thing with YouTube as well. It's not, obviously you can do collaborations, but it's not entirely about who you know. It's what your video is. If it's you on the toilet for 30 minutes, no one's really going to care. If you've made an incredible documentary, it's your first ever video, and you tag it right, someone's going to see it and they're going to spread it. So, yeah, you know, it just depends on you at the end of the day. And you're your own boss, really, with YouTube. Like
your own business, innit? But mind you, that video, people do care when you sit on the toilet, because there was that sitting on toilet. Remember that one classic?
I mean, like literally just sitting on the toilet and.
Oh, well, yeah. Streamers can do that. PewDiePie can probably do that. Just sit there for like half an hour, just talking at you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit mental, though, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
I was gonna say actually with YouTube as well, you can upload whatever you want. You could genuinely do that if you wanted.
Yeah, well, PewDiePie can at his level. You'll still make decent money.
I mean, yeah, he could upload a video of him sleeping, or people do that anyways, don't they? And get
Well,
mad money.
Callum's Corner does that for his sleep
Yeah.
stream, and he gets loads of money. But anyway, as I was saying, back in the day with YouTube, you could just make whatever sort of videos as long as they're practical, fun, and creative. You know, like even a shoddy animation would have been good back in 2007. Times have moved on, things have improved. You know, that's why Boogie isn't big anymore. That's why no one cares about Ray William Johnson or Smosh anymore. People are more bothered about, you know, podcasting, skits, news videos, sports channels. They're more bothered about that, really, aren't they? Or massive big budget videos.
I was going to say as well with
or vlogs
with YouTube. A day on YouTube is like a year in Hollywood. It goes that quick on YouTube. Stuff, anything, because you can just upload whatever. You could pull your phone out. It's like with my DSP videos. I could pull my phone out and say, oh, yeah, DSP did this, upload it. Then the next day, because, oh, DSP did this, upload it. It was Hollywood. It would take months, possibly years, to do a movie.
Yeah.
And obviously with Hollywood, they have bigger budgets, but you can find workarounds when you're on YouTube. You can spam it if you want. No one might watch it, but you can do it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a big problem is with like YouTube. I mean, a big problem with Hollywood compared to YouTube is that a lot of people don't care about films anymore, really. Like, people would rather watch it on Netflix or just chill at home and do nothing because ticket prices are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, at the cinema nearest to us, it's like usually £11.
Well, there was that one time. I don't know if it was me and you or me and one of our other mates went. And it was that was 15 quid to get in.
Oh,
I don't know
what film was it for?
I don't know if it was. I think it was Captain Marvel. Ironically.
Oh, bloody hell! They were probably desperate to get the profits up on that film.
I mean, we were the only people in the cinema, so.
Bloody hell! No one really cared about that film. Bloody hell!
Yeah.
So. My point is a lot of people don't want to go out that much and spend 11 quid. But say if you make like a short film on YouTube, you know, KSI or Logan Paul doing a quick vlog or KSI reacting to Reddit will definitely get more views, but you'll probably get more attention than it would in the cinema. Because YouTube, whip out your phone. Oh, this short film. Oh, I love this, bloody hell, brilliant. You know, but with the cinema, drive all the way to the cinema, get in, pay 11 quid, get in the cinema, sit there for 2 hours watching the film. I mean, I personally, in some aspects, it's more fun to do that because it's like you look forward to it more. As I've said before, the atmosphere, the experience, going to the pub afterwards with your mate, getting a McDonald's, I don't know, getting a KFC, all that cool, lovely jazz. But my point is it's a lot easier to just whip out your phone and be like, oh, cool, look at this, brilliant. And then that's that, innit?
I was going to say as well, at the end of the day, movies and YouTube videos, they both, you both see ads on it. It's just with a movie, you pay 11 quid to get in, to then go and sit in a movie, watch half an hour of ads, then watch the movie. Whereas on YouTube, you watch a 30-second ad at most, and you're on your way. I mean, the YouTube still gets paid. It's just a lot quicker. Everything's like sped up on YouTube, isn't it? Because you control everything. You can choose how many videos to put up a day or whatever, and the ads you just watch one and you're done. Whereas it's films, you just go and watch like 50 ads or something.
Yeah, pretty much. I do love how on YouTube, someone who's an absolute nobody can make it big. Callum's Corner, KSI, Logan Paul, Stephen Tries, True Geordie. If they were all around between, I don't know, when did Hollywood start? 1910, all the way up till like when YouTube started, they wouldn't have been able to make it big. They'd probably just be doing a regular job, So I like how in this day and age, they've been able to put the work in. They've had a platform where they can upload things to, and they've become big, and it's become their career, and they've entertained people and made people laugh and made people cry, made people enjoy and be, zone out and forget about the worries of the world and just enjoy themselves for a short while,
I was going to say as well, I know this is a bit all over the place, like what I'm saying, but with Hollywood, at least you're sort of guaranteed movie projects and roles. With YouTube,
Yeah,
your career could be over tomorrow.
that is a fair comment. Unlikely when you're at a certain level, but maybe. I mean, YouTube could just turn around and say, "All right, we've sold all our stuff off to this company. Goodbye." And what if they're doing machinima and the company that buys them? This probably won't happen, but if the company that buys them just deletes nearly every video, just like, oh, we don't care about any of this jazz.
I mean, as well with YouTube, they have the right just to say, all right, we don't want you anymore. Or what if they take away your monetization or anything? I'm not saying it's all about money, because obviously there's passion projects on YouTube, but how you can't make any money off it. Whereas in Hollywood, at least you're going to have film projects. They might not be what you want, but you have work, won't you? Whereas YouTube, you're fighting in a sea of like a billion people or something, really. Or more than that, actually.
I get that. But what is more stressful? I mean, I personally rather do this more stressful thing that I'm about to say. Go up, travel all over the place, make a film, act in a film, have to do retakes over and 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 over again. Get paid, great. And then what if the film comes out crap and it's just been edited crap, and then you get slandered for being useless? But this is about stress. What is more stress, that or Morgs and his mom going, "Hello, everyone! Me and Bull Martin are gonna go skinny dipping, and Jill's gonna film us. Great job, Morgan!" And then, what would you rather? What's easier? Going skinny dipping with Bull Martin, obviously. Way easier than bloody putting all this stress and effort into a film, which might not even make any money.
I mean, it just depends on, because that's obviously like a morgue style video, but if you're doing like actual decent videos, you could have that stress that Hollywood has, maybe like, because they might have it more, that they only have it maybe once a year, whereas with YouTubers, they could have it, I don't know, every
Oh yeah,
week
it's a lot more of a grind, isn't it? Because actually, that's a good point. It's a lot more of a grind, because if you chill out, all right, you make this film, work your ass off, 6 months, all right, a few million quid, brilliant. Can chill out now for ages, relax, get the drinks in, get the clubbing in, go to the bars and the pubs. Yes, brilliant. Let's relax now. I accidentally pulled the computer a bit because the wire. Brilliant. No, but my point is right. You can just relax, can't you? But YouTubers, daily grind, constant grind, edit, video, film, edit, video, film, edit, get out there. Oh, harassment. Oh, horrible comments, this, that, the other. Oh, no, blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, am I making enough money? Oh, no. So I do get where you're coming from there.
I was going to say as well, with Hollywood, at least you're sort of guaranteed some viewership. YouTube could get one view.
True.
But yeah, I mean, as I said before, if you put out decent videos, one day someone will notice. If you know how to work YouTube and tag it right, someone will notice one day. It's just a matter of time, really.
Yeah, definitely. But isn't it cool, right, how Callum's Corner, out of all the people... By the way, though, trust me, even though I said Stephen Tries, Logan Paul, KSI, True Geordie, if they're around in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, early 2000s, they wouldn't be famous. There's still a chance they'd be doing something in the industry. Who knows? All of them have a certain charisma and a certain, something to them.
Yeah.
Like Callum's Corner, there's a reason why loads of people still watch him. There's a why quite a few people still watch him. There's a reason why people enjoy his videos and, they enjoy his banter. There's a reason why people still watch Stephen Tries skits. And Stephen Tries is probably... Apart from Callum's Corners videos, are probably some of the most low-budget skits you've ever seen, really, you'll ever watch.
I mean, that overhead's like a wig and a coat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is. Well, and obviously paying people, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they do have to have good actors, don't get me wrong, but Stephen Tries didn't always have Dave Rees, James Ormerod, Ryan Locke, Max Smith, and Tom, they didn't always have all of them, and obviously Stephen Tries the man himself. I was going to say, I know Stephen's been friends with Tom for years. Has he been friends with Max for years? I think so, but like James Ormerod and the rest of them came along a bit later. So, yeah.
Yeah.
My point is, though, the videos are very low budget. There's no big effects. There's no massive, insane stuff in there. I mean, partly his success is because he's been shouted out by True Geordie, Sidemen, KSI, etc., Will and E, because he's in with all the big YouTube elite. But he still put the work in. He still kept the audience that was given to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what we've talked about before as well. If obviously, if you don't need to put loads and loads of money into a YouTube video or anything, but it's like, I don't know if we should mention it, but you know, George's thing that he's doing, we've mentioned to him, like, if he doesn't have as much, if he doesn't like buy millions and millions of things, the expectations aren't high for him to put out some masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like,
for
like
those of you that, for those of you that don't know, he's making this video, this Doctor Who fan film, which it'll probably be half decent. You know, it's just a shoestring budget film, very practical, and it's hard to make sci-fi things practical, especially when you don't have a load of actors or a decent budget behind you. Sorry, but what were you going to say? I'll cut you off.
I was going to say, like, when you see a Hollywood, it's like Mulan and stuff. Like, it's got $200 million budget. Your expectations go through the roof. You expect it's going to be the best thing ever. Yeah, it's crap. It's like, it's terrible. Or like Rise of Skywalker, like that has like a $300 million budget.
And that was absolute rubbish.
I mean, you can have all the best effects in the world, but you can only dress per turd so many ways, can't you?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Very spot on there, bro. But yeah. Thing is, George knows a lot about Doctor Who, and I hope that film comes out all right, you know. I thought it would have been absolutely weird, but it's actually, from the footage that we've got, you know, it's all right. But you'll all see that in the future. Those of you all people who are watching and probably know who George is.
So he's been on enough podcasts.
Yeah, go and watch his videos. They're pretty decent. Anyway, isn't it cool how Callum's Corner made it big just by standing there with a potato phone and going, "Hey up, I'm not a tic tac." I mean, it's brilliant. It's absolute. That's why YouTube is so amazing. But then you have the other side of the spectrum where it's just the most corporate, boring, nonsensical YouTube elite crap content ever. Where it's just the most like Morgs, you know, stuff like that he does, like what Mr. Beast does as well. Just corporate, boring, rubbish content with no originality or natural feel to it at all. For all the, you know, as much as, I mean, the True Geordie is one of my favourite YouTubers, and Lawrence is an absolute legend. He's great fun to listen to, and he's quite entertaining. But as much as I've said, they're all the YouTube elite, and it feels like they agree with each other on the majority of things, and they don't really test each other too much. It just feels like the whole YouTube elite's like that. To be honest, they are True Geordie. It feels very natural, usually, a lot of the conversations, and you get a lot of enjoyment and entertainment. But stuff like Morgs and Mr. Beast, it's the most fake thing in the world to watch.
I mean, using Calm's Corner as an example again, it's not like Calm's Corner woke up one day and went, "My head does not look like a sodding tic-tac." He didn't do that just out of the blue randomly one day. He had like 60 videos or something before that. He'd obviously worked up to that point. It's not like he just thought, "I'm going to get 1 million views on this."
He just wanted to tell people to stop calling him a tic-tac.
He said he wanted... Was it that kid who looked like a jacket potato with glasses on?
Yeah, he said, there's, I swear there's ginger people mocking me. All of you. Idiots, all of you who are mocking me. I swear. Honestly, one of you looks like a jacket potato with glasses on. Oh.
That's definitely going into no context again.
Yes, sir. So, you know, it's just cool how you can make it big. You can basically be in the crapper, have no money, etc., and then you can just make it big by getting a camera and okay editing software and decent ideas. I know that can happen in Hollywood. I mean, Al Pacino was apparently didn't have much money and he was on drugs all the time before he became an actor. Sylvester Stallone had to, had to sell his dog, and he had no money, and wasn't he homeless as well before he made Rocky? And then when he made Rocky, his life went up. I mean, sure, he's not really the best actor. All he really is Rambo and Rocky, but who cares? You know, he still made it big. And a cool guy as well. He seems very cool.
And he's that doctor at Spy Kids. That's his most famous role.
I didn't even watch that when I was a kid.
I watched it like 1 million times when I was a kid for some reason.
Oh.
That's how I learned who Sylvester Stallone was. And I thought, oh, who's this guy? And then I saw him in Rambo. I was like, oh, this is a bit different.
Rambo is absolutely amazing, the first one. I do need to watch 2 and 3. I've seen 5 and that's a bit naff.
Is that the last one, Rambo 5?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems a bit bizarre, doesn't it?
Yeah. Only $9,600, and it made 225 million in the box office, and apparently that's the equivalent to $1 billion in 2019. That's really good going, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Fair play. Do you know what I mean? That's unheard of. A film in the 70s getting that much money. So there obviously are still underdog stories and people climbing their way to the top, but it is a lot more interesting with YouTube because you can just pick up a phone and do it. But you do have to try and maintain that audience. Which Sylvester Stallone, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying he's like crap or lazy. But as Aaron made the point earlier, all a famous actor has to do, they might even just need to star in 1 or 2 films and they're set for life. A YouTuber needs to keep grafting and grafting and grafting, you know.
Yeah.
So let's conclude it right. What we'd rather be involved with. Obviously, I'd rather be involved with YouTube. You're your own boss. You get to be creative, all that jazz. If you make a short film, sure, it won't be as big, have as much of a big budget as Hollywood, but it'll still be cool. If I had to act, obviously, it'd probably be like, I wouldn't mind doing it for a random production company, but like Hollywood, it's like, you know, they just seem a little bit corrupt and weird. But a random production company, sure. But I'd still rather make YouTube videos than like be in the film industry or acting, just because you get so much creative freedom with YouTube, and it just seems like a crap ton of fun. Sure, you get a lot of hate comments and stupidness, but you just have to try and look past that. As I say, I love the creativity. I love the collaboration between me and Aaron and our other friends that come on the podcast. And it's just a great laugh. The guests we've had on are cool, and I just enjoy doing this sort of thing and putting a video together and then seeing the full final finished product of the video. It's just a load of fun. So yeah, I think YouTube is better than Hollywood, especially in this day and age.
Yeah. I was going to say as well, I'll just say as well, obviously I prefer to do like YouTube, like make films when I want to, how I want to, have control and everything. But also as well, there is a lot of crossover between Hollywood and YouTube, isn't there? Like YouTubers go to Hollywood. Obviously they're not as good. Most of them aren't as good in Hollywood. But some Hollywood people come onto YouTube, and I guess that sort of shows how if most people just follow you for your name, they don't really follow what you're doing. They just follow like your name everywhere you go. So I'd hate that. I'd hate people like, you know, when people like stan celebrities and stuff.
What do you mean?
You know, it's like when there's a celebrity and they could literally do the most weirdest thing ever, and people say they love it just because it's them.
Oh, weird.
You have that a lot in Hollywood. On YouTube, you don't really have that. I mean, obviously, you have some weird people who do that, but I'm just sort of rambling here. But basically, with YouTube, you can do what you want, and if you want to, you can go further. Hollywood, you sort of you're already halfway at the top, and then you get to a point where you can't really go any further unless you know someone or unless you have a load of money. So,
I mean, there are Hollywood people who have done YouTube, but the problem is you just get 1 million subs straight away and loads of views straight away, and you can basically do anything and everyone will love it, and it'll be a bit boring. You can't really make natural content as well, which is a bit gutting. So
I was going to mention this for a later thing, but yeah, there's some people that I don't know name them in person, but who I know of in like real life who they're just shocking. Their videos on YouTube are absolutely terrible, but they get like loads of subs because they're just, you know, people just follow them. They don't care what they're doing. They just give them like 3,000 subs just for the sake of it.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you wouldn't know who. It's not anyone we hang around with. It's just someone I know. Of, so.
Oh, okay. I think you did mention that person to me once, and yeah, just because of people just follow them for one specific reason.
Yeah.
Did you just hear that?
I heard something.
Oh, I need to get rid of the bloody email nonsense on my computer, honestly.
Oh no, it wasn't loud at all. I just
cool.
Very, very, very faint.
Anyway, some people are just follow for one specific reason. It might be because they're very good looking. It might be because they're famous. It might be because, I don't know, they do something that appeals to loads of people, like James Charles with his makeup. People like seeing him go.
Say something else then.
People like seeing him put makeup on, and people pay loads of money to just go and hear him sing and hear him talk, and it's like, oh God, what are you doing? But hey ho, there you go. That's just how it is, isn't it? That's what. At the end of the day, with YouTube, it's about the people dictate what happens, and that's a cool thing, really. Everyone flocks and watches something, you know. But with Hollywood, even if a film is totally unsuccessful and given the lowest rating ever, they'll be given a budget and they'll still be able to make a sequel, or they'll keep letting that person make films, even if they make a load of crap films.
Yeah, it's not like films have a dislike button, is there, that you can just see straight away?
Exactly. I mean, you can babble on online about how you think the film's crap and all, but the Hollywood executives don't care. They'll still make it as much as they want. They'll still keep making films similar and all that jazz. So,
yeah,
just a shame, but that's how it is. So do you want to move on to the segments, or have you got any final points? Or
no, I think I've rambled on too much in that one, so I don't want to keep rambling on. So,
well, let's move on to cheeky, legit, or a bit. Is it legit or a bit? Is it true or false? Is it real or is it just a crap meal? All right then. So I'll give you my story.
all right.
I went to a dance class thinking I'd be learning how to act, like do acting for 8 weeks straight. Or it might have been longer than that, actually. I think it was 10 weeks.
Oh, see, the weird thing is, I have a very weird memory of you telling me something like that, but it might not have been you. That's the weird thing.
Do you want to ask me some questions about it then?
All right, obviously, I'm not going to dox where we are.
Yeah.
But was it very close to... Oh, no, I can't. No, that's going to make no sense.
But no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It was at the school that is the name of the town that I live in. There was this big hall, and they used to do basically. They said, "Oh yeah, you can. We do acting here as well." But it was basically all dancing. It was the most humiliating nonsense ever. Honestly, the dancing was ridiculous, and we only did like smidges of acting. And they gave me rubbish stuff to do, and then I'd like ad lib it and make it more authentic. And they'd say, "Oh, that's wrong." And it's like, oh, you know, what are you talking about?
So
and then,
oh, sorry, I thought you finished.
And then it'd be like, all right, 2 seconds of acting. Actually, no, I think that was the only proper acting that was done. Everything else was all dancing and all that rubbish. I don't even know why the hell I did it. To be honest, it was just the most humiliating.
right. So
it was just the most.
Was it? So was it like ballet, or was it more like expressive dance? Like
it was more. It was more expressive.
Oh, I'm really stuck. I don't know why. I have a very weird memory of someone telling me that they went dancing. I couldn't believe it, but I don't know if it was you. It might have been someone else.
Any more questions?
Did you have to wear anything specific for it?
No, I'm pretty sure it was just a thong. No, I'm joking. It was just like tracksuit bottoms and all that jazz. I'm pretty sure.
All right. Oh, final thing I was going to say. What age were you? That's what I was going to ask first. I forgot.
Around about 11.
All right. So this was just before I met you, then, wasn't it? Or no, I knew you back then, but I didn't talk to you very much. So
no, it wasn't when I was at secondary school. It was like at the start of 2011.
Oh,
in primary.
All right. Oh, that's a hard one. All right. Knowing stuff that you've told me about like around that time, I'm gonna have to say it's not true because of some stuff, but I'm not too sure.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, it was true.
Oh, was it?
Oh, I thought you were going to get that one, Aaron. I thought you were going to get...
I have a really weird memory then. It must have been you then who told me about you dancing.
Yeah. I really wanted to go back to Thai boxing, to be honest. I thought if I laugh and act a bit daft and say weird stuff, he'll think it's false. But like why did you think it was false then? Because I'm always interested in...
It sounds weird, but when I heard you say, I'm only joking, I thought, oh, that's like he slipped there.
Oh, well, I double duped you.
But then I also had a very, very weird feeling that it was someone else that I know has told me it.
Oh, yeah.
I must have got confused between like a couple of people, so...
Yeah.
I haven't won one of these yet. I've never been able to get...
you won the last one. You won the you gained one. You guessed mine right. When I was like on the top. Remember the CX one? You was like you got that one right, but you got George's wrong.
Oh yeah, well I can't remember what George's was, but yeah.
It was something to do with buying some. He found some foreskin on a DVD or something weird.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember.
yeah. He found it on a DVD and then like
He found
put
something
it in
odd
the
on a
bin.
DVD.
He bought like a £10 DVD and just put it straight in the bin.
Yeah. Bloody hell! I mean, if CX was selling something for £10, you think what is the point? Unless it's like a video game.
Yeah, that's true.
Something brand new, or a console or whatever.
All right.
Because usually the DVDs are 50p, which is good. But yeah, what's your story then, Aaron? Let's see if I can suss you out.
Okay, so this. Oh, well, I'm not going to say exactly what time period, but I was at university. I'm not going to say which one for obvious reasons. I was at university and I was in one of my classes, and we obviously, had to line up. And there's only about, so say about 12 of us at most. Went into this room, and we must have been about 10, 15 minutes there, and we heard this really loud bang at the door, and in came this entire catering crew, like an entire, like, not a chef, but they had like outfits on, and they basically piled up every table full of cakes, full of tea, like the big barrel things, silver things. And then they just walked out. Half an hour goes by, and effectively my lecturer had devoured most of it, like drank most of the tea, ate most of the cake, and then the head chef came back and got really angry at him and stole the plates and swore at him as he left.
Now, I'm not trying to dox him, but is it the one who jokes about and has some drinks?
Yes.
Oh, all right then. What was the tea and cakes for?
Well, we didn't find out at the time, but later we found out. It should have been for. I don't know what it was for. Actually, it must have been. I think they got the wrong building because it might have been like a staff meeting or something.
Staff meeting and a load of cakes.
Yeah.
And then, it's fine if that bloke eats them all. He can be like, "Oh, those are yummy, thank you. Oh, I thought they were for me for the staff meeting." But so there was for a load of tea and cakes and biscuits for a staff meeting. How long did it take them to say it all up? Then was it a lot of hard work?
Well, there was 3 of them, and they got it done in about 5 minutes because there was a few trays. And
how angry?
Oh, sorry, didn't say.
How angry was the head chef when that bloke ate him? Or
he was red in the face, and he
did he actually shout at him?
Sort of as he left, not directly to his face.
Oh, did he swear at him?
Yeah.
What was your teacher's response? Well,
I don't really think he had one. I think he just sort of.
So he just stood there. He just kept eating. Oh, lovely.
He actually was drinking when he came in. And then,
what sort of idiot would do this? Oh God, what sort of? But I mean, why would you just? It is tempting, but like, if you're over the age of bloody, if you've got any common sense, you wouldn't just start eating loads of cakes. You'd say, all right, what are these for? Whenever, even at home, right, in the dining room, if there's a box of chocolates, because I don't have desserts or cakes or any of that jazz, all I have is chocolate and jam tarts and maybe some biscuits. If there's any of that, or like a box of celebrations or a box of heroes or whatever, any of that jazz, I'll say, well, first off, I'll take a look inside, unless it's totally shut, and I'll be like, what's in here? And then I'll say, all right, who's this for then? Is this for me? Can I have some? And they're like, no, it's a present for someone. Then I just eat it all. No, I'm joking. No, but then I'm like, oh, okay, that's gutting. Well, that teacher is very, very odd, so no offence to him, but...
No, I'm not going to mention his name.
Can I tell some of the stories he does, or... Can you actually no, it's a bad idea. It's a really bad idea.
Because some stuff might slip out and I'll get doxed and I get rounded up and taken away.
Once you've left uni, it'd be funny to talk about some of the mad stuff he's done. Yeah. It's all fun and games. I'm going for True because he'd definitely do something like that.
Yeah, it was true.
Yeah! Ooh, ooh, ooh,
do you want me to like elaborate on stuff?
Yeah, go on then.
All right, so basically we found out after it should have been for a staff meeting, that was the next day. They got the days mixed up, so it was meant to be in that room.
So all the stuff would have probably gone off anyway.
And as soon as they left, about half an hour later, that he said, "Well, the tea's going cold." He said it's just going to go to waste. We might as well have a bit of a meal going on. So he like handed some stuff out. He only handed about 3 plates, and he ate the rest. He ate about 12 scones and about 4 Belgian buns.
What on utter loo!
The thing is, and then he must have had most of this. Like, is it like a vat? I can't really show it on camera, but it's like a huge metal thing that they wheel in. It's got like a little tap thing on it, and you like push it down until he comes out. And he basically drank one of them and some coffee, and he has his own drink with him. Didn't go to the toilet in the 3-hour lecture.
What a mad lad, honestly.
And the chef came in, and he was. Oh no, that was it. Not waiters, but the people who brought it in, they were all women. And then the head guy, he was a man, came in, and he was like he was only about 5'4". He was tiny, really. No offense if you're 5'4". And he just stormed. He was like clunked all the plates back onto one tray and was swearing as he was leaving, like having a go at everyone, saying that we should have notified them. And well, yeah. Do you want to know anything else about it, or?
I mean, this is one of the maddest things I've heard. I'm just going to go get my other drug quickly. Hold on.
Right.
Absolutely mental. Absolutely mad, bro. Absolutely insane. I mean, that is one of the funniest. That was a really, really good one, to be honest. That was a fair play.
That's my first one, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a really good one. I mean, you know, me and George, though, we've been even on all the podcasts I've done with George, where we've done legit or a bit. He was on a 2 or 3 streak of getting him wrong, and then we've basically both been even. Every time it's been me versus him, he's guessed all mine right, and I've guessed all. Oh wait, no, yeah, he's guessed all mine right, and I've guessed all his right. But I did get one of his wrong when he got his foot stuck in the stairs on his caravan, and I'm like, no one will get their foot stuck on those little steps, mate. And then he was like, well, I did. It's true. So, but yeah, we basically all guessed each other's right so far. Apart from when you guessed his, you guessed his wrong and guessed mine right that last time. But yeah, do you want to move on to Aggro Aaron?
Yeah, if you want.
All right then. So my Aggro Aaron for today is when people who live in really insanely nice areas like Devon, Cornwall, Aberystwyth, Newport, wherever else, get really, really annoyed. They get really annoyed. They're like, oh, I can't stand tourists. Oh no, I don't want any tourists coming in my little town. And it's like, mate, hold on. All the people who live in these big built-up suburban areas are the reasons why you lot have money. We're all the reasons. People who live in the cities, the big built-up suburban areas. We're the only reason those areas survive. Otherwise, they'd have no money coming in. If it wasn't for the holiday makers, they'd be skinned. They'd be absolutely finished, kaput. They'd have to move somewhere else. Absolutely destroyed if it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for the holiday makers. It's not like us holiday makers are going in their houses going, way, and like drinking all their stuff. All we're doing is walking about, looking at the sights, going to the shops and enjoying ourselves. At the end of the day, if you're so annoyed at the holiday makers, move.
And that's the thing, though, isn't it? 'Cause down south, it's very much like, I'm not Dr. and B live, but obviously down south for us, it's very much like you're with us or you're against us, that sort of mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, when I've been down to like Devon and Cornwall way, it's always like you always feel like an outsider.
Exactly.
I know technically you are, but they don't make it very inviting. Apart from when they want your money, so that's
pretty much, yeah. It's just, it is what it is, isn't it? What's your Aggro Aaron then?
Right, I labelled it as fake influencers, but I don't really think it is. I'll just sort of you say what I mean, and you'll know what I'm on about. So this is sort of based on a real life thing from what one of my relatives told me, that they always see their neighbours posing on other people's cars, you know, like lying across the bonnet and taking photos and stuff. And my relative said, like, it doesn't make any sense because it's not their car. It doesn't make any sense why they're doing it. They do it all the time, and they just pose it on like Instagram and Snapchat just to make them look good. And it's like people like that. I think, is it Jake? And I don't really want those people who use his quotes all the time. Was it Jake Gyllenhaal said? Is it rich people stay rich by pretending to be broke, whereas broke people stay broke by pretending to be rich? It so annoys me. Like people who
it's like these lunatics who get a little bit of money from whatever, and then they or get money out their mum's purse and like spread it all out, and then take pictures of it and say, "Oh, look at me, I'm splashing in cash."
Or it's like, it's my DSA's come in, and it's just spread across the table. It's like what, 57 quid there, or you know, like who cares? Or it's like people who just pretend that they're living a life when it's just not true, and they're just it's weird because it's all like a weird. I'm just going to go on forever about it, but basically people who want to fit in with everyone else who's also pretending to fit in with everyone else. Just
all they're trying to do, it's like these people who buy big cars they can't afford, big expensive cars they can't afford. They want to look cool, they want to dominate the road, they want to impress people who are acting like them, because in reality they're not impressing any down-to-earth grounded people. Down-to-earth grounded people just think you're stupid driving your massive cars, trying to dominate the road, driving like a fucking cock. You know, people aren't bothered about you. And who cares if you're taking a picture with a nice car that isn't yours? It just makes you look stupid. And to be honest, if you take a picture of your money or show off your wealth, if you are actually wealthy, people are probably going to rob you. And to be honest, people actually are wealthy don't care about showing off. You know, they're not bothered. They're just like, I've got the money. That's that. Who gives a shit?
I mean, there's a huge difference between being wealthy and being rich, isn't there? So
yeah. Thing is, though, it is about how you spend the money. Mayweather always shows off how rich he is. If you look at Floyd Mayweather's house, it's absolutely massive. It's like a castle. But he's running out of money, and he had like 800 million in the bank at one point.
But didn't he get like not 180 million, like an $18 million watch just to show off?
I mean, that is stupid. That is ridiculous. Who cares about that rubbish? All people care about with him is obviously his personality, if he's a nice person, and obviously the casual, random public care about his boxing career and might want to talk about that with him.
I mean, a watch is a watch. If it tells the time, it tells the time. That's what you really need at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. He could get some bloody nonsense from 1972. That doesn't work. That's really old, but as long as it works, as long as it tells you the time, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not bothered about watches. You've got your phone, it tells you the time, and on the computer, the laptop, it says the time, so who's really bothered? But I get your fake influencers, annoying, petty ridiculousness, you know. You should work on working hard and improving yourself and trying to better yourself, not just sit about doing nothing and and trying to impress people. Like, geez. Just impress yourself. Stop caring so much about what other people think. Well, I think we can wrap up there, can't we?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I've been Paul McCarthy. Aaron's been John Lennon.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
I think I will probably shave my head again eventually, but you know, it's looking all right at the moment. And obviously, your John Lennon hair's looking cool.
Well, in the progress of, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, but it looks all right.
I'm going to be
John Lennon
down there with a big beard. Big beard.
Yeah.
Coming out next time.
The 3 little chin hairs.
As my chin.
But yeah, man, pretty nice.
All right. So
see you then, everyone.
Thanks for watching. And goodbye.
See ya.